Each week we take time on our home church services to talk about generosity, how we can steward the resources that God has given us through avenues like tithe and offering, right, to fuel God's commission of being disciples that are making more disciples. And recently, we as a leadership team at Oasis have been talking about our values. What do we believe that God has called us to make priority as a collective church? And one of those values that we believe God has called us to is generosity. Right? That's an easy word to say, but what exactly does that mean for us as a church? And how does that connect to your faithful giving? Okay, those are great questions. And we see the generosity of God throughout Scripture, but most significantly in Jesus. And it says in Romans 8, verse 32, since he, meaning God, did not spare even his own son, but gave him up for us all, won't he also give us everything else? You see, God has given us everything we need. He didn't hold back even his son when it came to providing for us. He's been generous in all things. And since that is God's character in relating to us, we believe he's called us to be the same as his church. We should reflect the heart of our Father. So at Oasis, we are called to be generous in all things. That includes our gifts, our resources like finances, our building, our people, our leaders. We want to operate out of an abundance mentality because we believe God will give us everything we need. And our BHAG as a church, which means Big, Hairy, Audacious Goal, it's an acronym, is to operate on a small percentage of what faithfully comes in through tithe and offering so that we can allocate the majority to ministry and mission. And I know I've shared this before, but we would love to operate on about 20 to 30% of what comes in through generous giving so that we could put 70 to 80% directly into ministry and mission efforts, to bless our community, to bless other ministries, and to expand our giving to missions partners. We want to give ourselves away for God's kingdom. We see this value shared in the ways that you respond to the needs that we have shared. You are a generous people, Oasis, and we want to see that continue to grow. Listen, we're not there yet, okay? This is an aspirational value, but that's a direction we're striving to move in, and your continued faithful giving and generosity will help us live out this value that is reflective of our Father's heart.